Hello, how are you guys? How are we doing today? Welcome back to Baby Girl's World. It's a Gypsy Rose video. Hey guys, welcome to Baby Girl's World. Those who know what they're in for. Those who don't, stay tuned, bitch. Hey guys, how are we doing today? Like I said, welcome back to my channel. We've got another Gypsy Rose video. We've got to talk about this shit with her. Oh my gosh. I just can't. There's so much going on in Girl World. I just talked about that. Now we got to talk about this with this. Oh, let's get into it. Okay. But we're going to start what we always do with member of the video, bitch. Ooh, it's Sandra Ward. Yes. It is. She's the bestest bitch. Yeah. And if Shady Shell, if you didn't see the last video because you don't watch my Anne Boleyn content, you were the last member of that video as well. Love you, girls. Okay. And then we've got our 5 featured subscribers. We've got Red Degree. We've got David Knapp. We've got Maria Duarte. I'm sorry. We've got Allison and we've got Melissa Evans. Woo! Thank you for subscribing to the channel, bitches. Okay, I don't know what that woo was either. So, also, obviously, I love Dr. Pepper. Today I have Dr. Thunder, but I don't care if it's salt and pepper or if it's raining out. I like either one. You better not be talking about me. Gypsy, what are you doing here? Why are you naked?
Because you haven't made me any clothes yet. I'm waiting for Ken, and I need me some hair.
Oh, so you need me to make you a ugly wig? I don't know if I have $2,000. We'll see. Maybe it'll be cheaper because your head's so small. Oh my god. This is the craziest looking, doll. But I want to make it into my Gypsy Rose voodoo doll. I am. So, we're going to set her up because she's a work in progress, right? She's even got boobs. She's covering up her boobs right there. You see it? I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yes, I love it. Okay. Bitch. So did you guys see Bree on that live stream? She was the fucking Munchausen by proxy expert over here. Talking her shit, saying her stuff. You know, she's a doctor. You know, she's so good at doing what she does that she diagnoses people after their death. And she likes to be best friends with murderers. So, I mean, her word's gotta be trusted. You know what I'm saying? You don't not trust somebody like that. Y'all know I'm kidding, right? You know, there's times Chris doesn't understand when I'm kidding, and it's so hard. Because, he'll take offense to what I'm saying, and I'm like, why are you so mad? Oh, because you said, I'm like, I was being sarcastic. Oh, I felt so bad for him. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking shit about something else. Bree's a good friend, but she's like that friend that does too much. You almost get in there and you're like, oh my god, what are you doing now? Stop! You're fucking me over worse.
Do all that.
And also, I bet it's, her health. I think her health probably took a toll on her because, for one, she was so focused on this, but also because, imagine, I know you told me one time that sometimes you think that your mom, got so entangled in these web of lies that it's she literally mentally, physically, in no way could unravel herself. And I mean, you never know if she wanted to, but you think that, I remember you saying something even if she did want to, she never would. It's she was so tangled in so many lies. And no, you never knew that at the time, but retrospectively, looking back, that's the way that, I remember you explaining it somewhere like that, basically you don't know if your mom ever wanted to stop but you think that she would have never been able to, probably because it was so entangled. Imagine 3 different lies, having to keep 3 separate lies in a way, because I mean, there were things she told doctors that even her own next door neighbor saw it differently.
Correct. And also, what is it called when someone, okay, there's Munchausen by proxy, which, we obviously know what that means. Someone, is it malingering or Munchausen, that when the individual makes the diagnosis that they probably already have worse.
Is that not,
to an extreme.
well, I mean, that's not Munchausen or factitious
I'm not sure like what the borderline falls on, because all I know, and I wish with this one lady that it was a neighbor of ours, because this neighbor drove my mom to a hospital appointment, and it was in 2014. I think it was October 4th of 14. My mom went in for kidney stones. It was a kidney stone removal procedure where they like blast the kidney stone. Well, she told the neighbor that she had half a kidney removed. Okay, so what is that? Is it malingering or is it Munchausen?
That's Munchausen.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it's Munchausen.
And then
Proxy is when it's kicked on another person. When it's yourself, it's Munchausen.
So are you saying that your mom made the conditions that she actually had worse, or she made them up?
yes, and that's why in the messages to Nick, where I'm telling him, oh, my mom is in such poor health, blah, 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 because she was telling me, oh, you know, my diabetes is getting so much worse. They're putting me, there's fluid around my heart. I'm probably not, even when the last Disney trip we went to, she was telling people she had 6 months to live at the checkout, like the check-in at the hotel counter. Yeah, where can we go? We want to make this as special as possible because I only have 6 months to live. Like, what is that called?
Are you thinking of hypochondria?
I mean, it might be like there's hypochondria, there's Munchausen, there's malingering, and I don't know where that falls.
Munchausen would be if she were making herself sick on purpose.
Okay, no, it's not that.
Oh, but also Munchausen is also exaggerating. I'm like, it's fictitious disorder, which is saying that. So it would be fictitious instead of opposed upon another. It would be on yourself. Like, so say if she say if she knows she has diabetes, do you think she ever purposely would not take care of it so she could be sick to go to the doctor? Like,
She would do it to manipulate me. There would be times that I would be, she would call it acting up, but it would just be rebelling, talking back and stuff like that. She would purposely not take her insulin, and that's whenever her depression would kick in, and she would sleep for days on end. And she'd get up to give me my medication, give me my feedings, but she herself wouldn't eat, and she wouldn't give herself her insulin. And then she would guilt trip me by saying it's because you're acting bad and you're having an effect on me that I just don't want to take care of myself anymore because I don't have a reason to live. Why? You know what I'm saying? That manipulation, guilt tripping. Yeah.
That's because she saw you as a possession and she was losing you as a possession, where she felt like she didn't want to lose you as a possession. You know how you told me, kind of the letter she wrote you, when you ran away, she left it on the pillow for you. Even the talk she had with you, kind of it was I know you told me that John never talked about what life was like for you. It just was what it was. But in so many ways was I can't believe you you did this to me, almost all of our life, whatever came crashing down, was you, this really hurt me. She was so hurt by you by doing that, even though you was running away from her. But that's another way she was manipulative. It's imagine running away from your abuser, and then you come back and your abuser makes you feel bad for hurting them because you ran away, even though you're old enough and you should be able to leave. But so it makes you feel almost bad. So even though you was resenting your mother at that time, you was also trying to gain her love back at the same time.
Correct.
Because you hurt her so much, and she told you, I think you told me that you was some things are forgivable, but this isn't.
And that's another thing. That's if people don't want to, if people still want to believe that just because I have bipolar delusion, and I had that diagnosed in 2012, if people
2011 girl.
No, okay, whatever, around that time. If people want to still stick to that, that's their opinion. But at the end of the day, those same documents that they're citing to prove their point, those same documents was reviewed by the judge, reviewed by all the court system that my case went through. So they're not cracking some kind of case that has already been reviewed, if that makes sense.
If you think about it, these people, this is going really below the surface here, but your mother, she wanted to get any diagnosis she can get for you, and it was almost another, see, you need me, blah, blah, blah. If you think about it, them using that to, basically invalidate you is the same exact thing your mother did to make you feel, confused, and you constantly oh, we gotta go to the doctor for this. It's like they're basically doing what your mom did to you in a different way though. You're sick, you were sick, you look just like your mom was constantly putting
Oh
in
my god, I can't believe you're even saying this right now, because I literally have been feeling this way. I think I may have even told Sheena this. It's I feel even though she's not even here anymore, her control lasts even after. Holy crap, she has pulled the wool over all of the internet right now.
It's crazy.
She was that good of a manipulator, and even in death, she's still doing the most. It's crazy.
That is so, if y'all don't realize how deep that is.
You know what I'm saying? But they think they're helping you. It's I don't need your help. Get away from me. Gypsy doesn't need any help destroying her fucking reputation. It's the level of delusion with Gypsy and her crew of people is insane. Sometimes I'll sit, and watch Bree's lives or whatever, just being in the background, and listening to them as they talk to each other. Oh my gosh. I think if you put them all together, you would have one brain cell. And yeah, Gypsy Rose, you do have, you got to remember, you do have a very rare chromosomal disorder, okay, that causes a lot of symptoms that you very much had, pretty much all of them. You always try to downplay that all the time to try to make people believe it's no big deal, but it really is a big deal. And I believe that it has affected you mentally, and you show signs of schizophrenia, antisocial behavior, and I studied a lot about that stuff when I went to school for criminology. Okay, so it's like, I could see, and it's like, I hope that people can recognize the truth though, and everything surrounding it, that you can kind of pick through what you believe and what you don't, and don't just believe everything you hear, because there's some things that's just, hold the phone, back up. So I want to talk about how weird it is that Christy seems to not be affected by anything that came out in those emails. There's maybe she's keeping her emotions off of the internet, which is fine, but I feel like with the crash out fucking family that they are, for a little bit of money and some some views, they would do it. They'd put it all over the internet. I believe that wholeheartedly. Because they were the ones that were going on all these interviews when Gypsy supposedly didn't want them to. Oh, because she wasn't there to help get that bag, right? Well, hopefully they gave you a little bit of it, being that they were probably talking about you and your stupid ass. Lauren Cherie had posted these two videos, part 1 and part 2, about these emails. And in one of the emails, it said that Gypsy Rose befriended the cookie lady. Are you serious right now? I don't understand that. I understand being there for your father, but your father was married to Krusty. Yes, Krusty kind of was a homewrecker to your mother, so maybe...
Gypsy Rose arguing with Ken over prison email. Now, she is spiraling over these. These are so important. And it's not only to show the dynamic between the two, but really GRB in her raw, true form. Because these are candid emails. She never expected this evidence to be FOIA'd and read to the public. But here we are. I've had so many requests for more emails. Go ahead and hit that follow button, because this is going to be a series. Get your popcorn ready as we dive in. So Gypsy is just inundating Ken with emails one after another. And this was fairly recent. It was during the pandemic, and Ken is not responding. Subject is your ex. Are you missing your ex-prison boo-boo thing? I was a good GF. I would always make sure not a night went by without me telling you I love you and good night. Even when I was on phone restriction, I remember me sneaking on the phone, all crouched down in a ball, hiding, risking more trouble just to say goodnight. The good old days. Weddings are tomorrow. Want to get hitched? Okay, I've calmed down. I went on a rampage last night, ripped up the very first postcard you ever sent me, cut you out of visiting pics, and told you I couldn't care less if you're alive. I literally hated you last night. This is what your games are doing to me. That's not my character, to say those things or act that way. We just need to go our separate ways for good. You keep hurting me, and I'm done with it. I began to hate you more and more each time I get hurt, and love you less and less, until I don't love you anymore. Wow, okay. Please remember the times like these when you miss me and send me messages like call me just to say goodnight. Sometimes I call you for a reason. I had something very important to tell you tonight, but your attitude was a total turnoff. I've had it with you. F you and F off. You are such a piece of shit. And frankly, I always thought you were gay. Even your own mother told me she thought you were going to be gay. You are nothing and no one to me. I don't want you, don't love you, and if you ask me, I wouldn't care if you OD'd. Okay, maybe that last bit was a little bit too much, but I'm finally at my breaking point with you. You clearly show me you don't care about me, so I'm showing you I don't give a shit about you. Come October, you're so coming off my visiting list. I'm dumping any possibility of us getting back together. I'm so happy we didn't get married. Keep my clothes, keep this stupid blanket, keep it, burn it, sell it, IDGF. You don't deserve me. Never will. And I think it says good effing night. Then Come give me biscuits and gravy. I'm sorry, it's probably no surprise to you that sometimes I'm crazy. He finally responds, okay, Gyps, I hope you live your best life. Then she says, why didn't you just say that? I mean, how hard was it to say, hey, Gyps, I'm hanging out with my friends. I want to talk, but can you call me tomorrow? Instead, you sounded like I was bothering you and gave me the brush off after sending me random emails sounding so sweet. Then I call you and you sound like an ass to me. I'm sorry for lashing out in full force. That is literally the max of how mean I can be to you. But I don't regret saying you don't deserve me. A month ago, you told me you were the right kind of guy for me. Please observe that more closely. Is the right guy the one who puts his job, friends, and himself before the woman he loves? Is the right guy the one who tells me I'm not worth waiting for? Is the right guy someone who ignores me most of the time? Is the right guy someone who makes excuse after excuse why he doesn't want to be with me? Is the right guy going to continuously make me feel like I don't matter? No, I'm guessing Ken. Well, we know it's Ken. No, Ken, the right guy will be nothing like the guy I described. The guy I just described is you and how you treat me, the so-called love of your life. I see things very differently now. I've learned that someone can say I love you and fail to uphold those words. And someone can also never say a word and show more love than words can express. I've hurt someone I know loves me, and where it will go, I have no idea. I'm not even sure if he and I make sense, but I do care for him, and I'm going to do anything I can to make it up to him because he does deserve a real chance. Had you loved me right, things would be different between you and I. I'm sorry, Ken, but we're just too broke to be fixed. I have zero regrets how loving, faithful, and true I was to you right after the bitter. Then Ken responds, I couldn't talk because I was literally just hanging out with old friends for the last time because I'm moving and will probably never see them again. I don't know what I did to hurt you, but okay, thanks for that. Gypsy. And in asterisks, she wrote, Jenna nudges your hand. And then wrote, I love you. That is not our new joke, LOL. And this is Ken, and I'm excited for you and your book. I hope you call me sometime and read me chapters in asterisks, cough, like mine in asterisks, cough, and I laughed at that. It's a good show, right? And then GRB writes, I'll read you your chapter, I promise, smiley face. Yeah, I think me and blank are sisters or twins, LOL, smiley face. Wild, right? Like from 0 to 60, back to 0, back to 60. I mean, this reminds me of the messages to Nicholas Godejohn. They were just like this. If he didn't answer within a certain window of time, she would go off the rails. I mean, as far as saying she was going to cancel her life subscription, if you know what I mean. And then she would come back and say, I'm sorry, it's not going to be like that. That's as bad as it gets. When we meet and we're in person and we're together, it's not going to be like that. And then how she tells Ken that she's crazy. She also told Nicholas Godejohn that she thinks she's bipolar. Very, very similar. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more emails.
But you killed your mother, so why the fuck do you care? I don't know.
Gypsy Rose was friends with her dad's mistress. Not only that, she gave her blessing. And Christy knew about the affair, and Gypsy Rose was straight playing in her face, consoling Christy while talking to the cookie lady and striking up this friendship in these bizarre emails. First, I'm not upset at all about you and my father being romantically interested in each other. I was shocked at first, but what needs to be said is that my father's happiness is very important to me, and I told him that if you and him have a good thing, I give my blessing and am happy for y'all. Dad and blank have been married a long time, and I think in my opinion, he stays out of obligation to the marriage, not because he's oh so happy with her. And I wouldn't be surprised if a divorce was on the horizon. So here we go. Bizarre exposed prison emails, where we get an insight of who GRBA really is. Okay, so this is Rod's mistress, who, by the way, goes by the name The Cookie Lady. Hi, Gypsy, it's the Cookie Lady here. I spoke to your dad recently, and he mentioned he told you about us. I'm very sorry about that. Please don't believe I was using you to get to your dad. It never even crossed my mind in the beginning. I was and still am genuinely concerned and hoping for the best for you. I've been trying to follow your story, but only so much is available on your updates. Your dad told me about your stepmom read you my first letter and you couldn't retrieve my second letter because I included stationery in the envelope. Sorry about that. I'm new to this. I was also told your stepmom threw out my cookies, smiley face. I understand it was due to the thought of them being poisoned. I can kind of understand that, but it still hurt. I sent so many cookies for you to go to town on because I watched an episode of a show about you suffering and it showed you not being allowed to enjoy sweets. So I wanted to bake you my best cookies. So how are you doing? It must be nice to have access to emails, much more convenient than traditional mail. I understand your dad will be visiting you soon and will be meeting blank. I think that's wonderful that you found a calm, loving man. From what I've heard, he sounds incredibly sweet. I'm running out of character space, so I should wrap this email up. However, I have to tell you, you are growing to be such a beautiful young woman. Your luscious hair and your bright smile is breathtaking. Last picture I saw of you with your parents, you had long hair with bangs. I think the bangs look gorgeous. You should keep them, but you pull off the long wavy hair too. I hope to hear from you, and please don't be upset with me being romantically involved with your dad. We don't talk that much anymore, and we're just friends now. You come first in this situation. If you would like me to send cookies, please feel free to say when so your parents can bring them. So something really interesting is on these visits with Gypsy Rose and whoever, they can bring outside food. However, I heard Chillicothe doesn't do this anymore. Okay, this is Gypsy Rose. Hello, Ms. Blank, smiley face. How are you? First, I'm not upset at all about you and my father being romantically interested in each other. I was shocked at first, but what needs to be said is that my father's happiness is very important to me, and I told him that if you and him have a good thing, I give my blessing and am happy for y'all. Dad and Blank have been married a long time, and I think, in my opinion, he stays out of obligation to the marriage, not because he's oh so happy with her. And I wouldn't be surprised if a divorce was on the horizon. Blank and I have a bond of our own, though. Nowadays, we are kind of seeing things differently with regards to the media and TV show attention. This is Christy. Let me read that again. Christy and I have a bond of our own, though. Nowadays, we are kind of seeing things differently with regards to the media and TV show attention. I've had many conversations about us declining any more TV interviews and TV appearances, but she continues to do them and put my name into the spotlight again and again, and I'm getting very tired of it. I just want to move on and heal from all this pain. Anyway, yes, I heard about the cookies that were thrown away. Sad face. I want to apologize for that. That was very sweet, and I'm sad I couldn't have them because I sure do love cookies. Smiley face. Gypsy Rose didn't want people making money off of her, and Christy and Rod would set up these interviews and then say, hey Gypsy, by the way, what do you think about this interview? It's already set up. So no matter what she said, it was said and done. But she was really back and forth about it. Okay, Gypsy. Yes, they are coming the first weekend of May. I'm excited and nervous about my dad getting to meet Blank. Don't tell Dad, but Blank is going to ask Dad for my hand, which I know Dad only wants my happiness, but I also know that he wants to do the whole dad thing and ask Blank all those important questions before giving him blessing. Before giving his blessing, smiley face. As for me, I'm doing good. I don't know if Dad told you, but I did pass all of the subjects except math in my GED. So once I pass math, then I can graduate, smiley face. I just started a new/old job. I had to quit about 4 months ago, then last week got rehired doing photography for the women in here. It's fun, but OMG, does it keep me busy. Tongue sticking out face. I can send you new pics of me if you'd like. How many stamps does it take to send a letter to Canada? Oh, I would need your mailing address too, please, smiley face. It's finally spring and the weather is nice out, so I'll maybe try going to get some sun in the next few days. Anywho, I do hope you have a lovely day. Please know that I am happy that my father has you as a friend, or more. Just want to see him happy. Big hug. So one of the things in these exposed FOIA emails, we find out Rod had several of these kind of emotional online affairs. He had one with a girl that was 19 years old, and we're talking like a few years ago. She did tell her dad that she approves of it. She said there's nothing wrong with a little side action and even gave him a nickname. She said she's a lot like her father in that respect. And her dad even suggested that she bring up the idea of an open marriage to Ryan because GRB wanted to see what else was out there. Her words. She even wanted to role play with Ken. We see this in another email about having an affair. But most of all, how Christy was obviously very upset, and GRB consoled her and then went on the opposite end and told the cookie lady, told her dad, oh, you have my blessing. I totally understand. There's nothing wrong with it. And GRB took a step up and told the cookie lady, oh, I think they're going to have a divorce. My dad's not happy. So we really get a glimpse at GRB's character. And she can't blame this on, oh, I was pressured to do this. This is her. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that follow button. This is a series. I'm going to be reading all of the interesting, bizarre emails that were retrieved out of the FOIA. Thank you, Into the Weeds podcast on YT. We have all of these emails because of them. And of course, thank you so much for watching. Y'all, I recorded this 10-minute video and then went to save it in my drafts, and somehow it posted to my story. So I couldn't save it. I had to delete it and start all over again. So I really, really appreciate it if you've made it this far. Thanks, guys. Until next time.
I don't understand you, Gypsy Rose. Some things you do and say are like, what? Did you hear that? What did she say? What does that mean? I don't understand. The level of delusion that you're at is hard for me to comprehend. Because I think critically, and I have a heart when I think about others and things, and I have true emotion that comes from raw emotion. You don't know how that is, though, so you have to act it out. Oh, it's such a mess with you, Gypsy Rose. I could go on a tangent, one after the other, about her. I don't even know where I am right now. But someone also, oh yeah, it says here, someone also FOIA'd the videos. I believe it was the same people, the Into the Weeds podcast people. I'm not 100%. Also, remember that this video is all my opinion for entertainment and educational and informational purposes only. This is all alleged. Well, except for the fact that Gypsy Rose did kill him up. And then these emails here that she brings up are coming in hot because her and Ken are like fighting. And all he says to her is, okay, Gypsy, I hope you live your best life. Like, wow, God. And then being stuck in prison when your heart's breaking. Damn. Karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. And so are you. I don't think that Ken reached out to Krusty in the beginning, like she said in that Life After Lockup episode. Maybe Lifetime wanted her to say that or something, but I don't really think Ken reached out to her. I think that she came up with that, or somehow that was brought up. She went to Ken or whatever and said, come over. And then she knew if she did that they would, start fucking. And of course, he wanted to dip his dicky. And so one thing led to another. Now you got a baby and she's wanting a ring on her finger. How do you feel now? But then, Krusty, you're awful because you knew what you were doing when you brought him in, when Gypsy Rose was still married to Ryan. And I believe wholeheartedly that Gypsy Rose cheated on Ryan with Ken.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-husband Ryan Anderson has been going on TikTok Live, and he's been saying some interesting stuff. He did say that when her and Ken get into it, her baby daddy, that he kicks her out. And he says he's going to take the baby. My question is, how do you know this? Seems to me she might be talking to him again, Ken. Oh. But if you read those emails, you know Rod's not the only one that got game.
So, I think that was all planned. However it was planned, that's, you did that. You were a shitty person for doing that, Gypsy Rose, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
All this drama going on with the Gypsy Rose case, I'm sitting here doing my makeup thinking, and I'm like, you know what? There's just so much weird stuff. I'm really starting to think that Christy is probably behind like 90% of this. Now, these are all my opinions. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I truly think that Mia and Rod are like oblivious to everything. It doesn't seem like, I don't know. I just get the vibe that like they don't really want involved with all that. I think that Mia wants to be a nurse and wants to stay out of all that crap. And she wants to support her sister, but she doesn't want to be involved with lies and cons and anything like that. And I think she knows that her mother is behind a lot of this. And I think a lot of this is BS because they want Gypsy to stay relevant. And I think that Christy purposely lies about Gypsy or hired people to keep talking about Gypsy, like Becca Scoops, for instance. You can't convince me that woman is not paid to talk about Gypsy. I don't know. Something is sketchy about her. I've been saying this from the start. I just got that intuition and that vibe. I don't know. And Nina's questionable, but I don't know about her. Sometimes I think she just got an opportunity and rolled with it. She's funny. I kind of like her, though. She reminds me of Wendy Williams. I love her. But anyways, back to the story. I don't know about Gypsy. Sometimes I think Gypsy may know, but then other times I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if she knows. It's just weird. Or maybe she knows some of it and doesn't know all of it. But it's not far-fetched to think that people are being hired to do this. Even negative attention is attention. Celebrities do it all the time. Kim Kardashian. I don't want to say some of them because some of them I'm friends with on here. But, I mean, they do it. And to be honest, I don't blame them. I mean, it's their way of making money. They got to do what they got to do to stay relevant. Whatever. But I do think that Gypsy thinks she's a celeb anyways. I mean, they all kind of think they're celebs. They think they're the freaking Kardashians. I mean, watch the show. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I have a strong feeling that there's more to this than we even know. It's getting weird, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit the follow button.
But you don't know what shame is. I forgot about that. And you don't take accountability for your actions. I forgot about that too. So, do the best you can, bitch. And then, and then Ryan wasn't going to help amp up the drama. Plus, Krusty doesn't like Ryan. So, of course, she wanted him out the fucking door. Okay? And then a scandal would, of course, bring views and content. Hello. And so they had to do that. And then they have to do their ping pong deflection and sucking other creators into their bullshit and all these things. Their manipulative actions with people is all for a fucking dollar. You know what I'm saying? All for the dollar. Oh, man. It sounds very familiar, though, to her emails or her, texts with Nick, because she would get upset at Nick just randomly and then fucking bitch him out and then come back, I love you, I'm so sorry. So we all know that Gypsy Rose, though, she doesn't mind cheating. Like I said, she befriended the cookie lady. You don't know who the cookie lady is? That is a lady that in the emails it was exposed that is a lady that Rod had an affair or some kind of flop with this woman. She lived in Canada.
Gypsy Rose and Ken Urker are broken up and co-parenting. I mean, it's obvious. The writing is on the wall. I do believe this. And I do believe it's in part because Ken Urker is a male. Gypsy Rose has confirmed this. She's confirmed her thoughts that he is in her prison emails, where she even thought he had HIV. One of the many things she said, besides straight up calling him, was that he told her he's never felt this way about anyone, male or female. There is so much coming out about Gypsy Rose in these emails, in these documents, in the videos that are about to drop. Ken Urker cannot handle all of the negative attention. Ken Urker is just sick of it. He's in a very difficult relationship. And then add the stress of a baby, add the constant negative media attention. Not to mention, GRB does not have the support of the public anymore. Recently, a large true crime content creator apologized for showing Gypsy Rose in a positive light in content she created. She said she was going to cut GRB out of the video and she was unaware of all of the evidence that came out, and she's thankful for her followers letting her know. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but GRB and Ken break up all the time. But I think this one is permanent.
Now, I don't know if she was the 19-year-old that he cheated with, or I'm not sure. But Gypsy, we all know, she's okay with cheating. Wanted to push Nick out of the way and go fuck Dan. I mean, she's a very familiar one with cheating, okay? She's very much okay with it. And the cookie lady sends Gypsy Rose this weird ass email. People are people really? Is this an act Are people really that delusional? I just don't understand. I can't grasp it. Thank you for the cookies. I'm sorry I didn't get them. Because the bitch sent the cookies over to your dad's house. Why would you do that? You know Krusty's gonna see the cookies. Are you slow? Are you stupid? Something wrong with you? I don't understand it. But, and like I said, Krusty and Rod were setting up interviews against Gypsy's request. And then Gypsy talks about getting her GED and how she didn't pass math. I think I talked about all this already, didn't I? Sometimes I don't even remember. But yeah, like I said, there's even speculation that Rod was even seeing a 19-year-old at one point. That's gross. You're an old-ass man. Do you guys remember, though, that video that she did last year? And, like, November 5th of last year, which was just the other day, a year later. But she did this video and we all speculated that it was for Ryan. Oh, God. You gotta see it one more time, you know?
Shut the fuck up.
Listen, baby, I know I was a bad girl, but come on. You'd have to be crazy not to take me back.
This is crazy that we're watching this in real time. Like, this is crazier than Trump versus Kamala. Like, Ryan's living his best life. She sees this. She's so jealous. We all see that. Ken is so fucking sick of her. You cannot tell me she did not film that for Ryan to see. You cannot tell me oh my god, she's so crazy. This is so funny.
Then, oh my god, you guys, in this live stream, Gypsy is talking about Jesus and how her story is very similar to Jesus Christ's story. And that she tries every day to walk in the shoes of Christ himself. Gypsy Rose, you violated, like, the number one thing on the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not kill. Are you dumb? Why? There are some things that I believe aren't forgivable for us. It's for God to do. Okay? It's not my place to forgive you anyways. You didn't do anything to me personally. But I don't know. You really need to touch grass in this situation. Please, don't bring up Jesus. Leave Jesus out of this.
I feel like, if I was to just say, okay, I'm a con artist, I was in on it the whole time, to me because I wanted to go to Disney World, I would be loved. These people would stop talking about me. They would be like, okay, finally we got the truth. But that's not what happened. I mean, if you think about it, and please know that I am not in any way, I am in no way saying I'm anything like Christ. I try and model Christ-like behavior. I go to church on Sundays. I read my Bible. I try to model the path of Jesus. I really do. But if you think on it, and you just think on it for a second, the Jews crucified Jesus because they didn't believe that he was the Messiah. And if he would have just said, I am not the Messiah, I'm just a mortal man, they wouldn't have crucified him. But he died because he died in his truth. Period. Now let that sit with people. And like I said, I'm not saying I'm anything like Jesus. I'm not Christ. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you crucify someone for not conforming to what you want to believe that they are. Or believe that they're not.
She's literally not. The point she's trying to make is people every single day get crucified. Like, I mean, think of...
I'm not comparing. I've already said that.
Let's talk about trans people get killed all the time for walking in their truth. Whereas, if they wouldn't, they might end up in their own life for not walking in their truth. So,
exactly.
Is that a better comparison? Like, she just literally said she's not comparing herself to Christ.
Exactly. It's just the point of don't crucify someone, don't judge someone, don't put what you want them to be as the truth when it's not. And I feel like, if I was to just say, okay, I'm a con artist, I was in on it the whole time, to me because I wanted to go to Disney World, I would be loved. These people would stop talking about me. They would be like, okay, finally we got the truth. But that's not what happened. I mean, if you think about it, and please know that I am not in any way, I am in no way saying I'm anything like Christ. I try and model Christ-like behavior. I go to church on Sundays. I read my Bible. I try to model the path of Jesus. I really do. But if you think on it, and you just think on it for a second, the Jews crucified Jesus because they didn't believe that he was the Messiah. And if he would have just said, I am not the Messiah, I'm just a mortal man, they wouldn't have crucified him. But he died because he died in his truth. Period. Now let that sit with people. And like I said, I'm not saying I'm anything like Jesus. I'm not Christ. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you crucify someone for not conforming to what you want to believe that they are. Or believe that they're not.
She's literally not. The point she's trying to make is people every single day get crucified. Like, I mean, think of...
I'm not comparing. I've already said that.
Let's talk about trans people. Trans people get killed all the time for walking in their truth. Whereas
Exactly.
if they wouldn't, they might end up in their own life for not walking in their truth. So
Exactly.
is that a better comparison? Like, she just literally said she's not comparing herself to Christ.
Exactly. It's just the point of don't crucify someone, don't judge someone, don't put what you want them to be as the truth when it's not. And I feel like, if I was to this.
You walk with the devil. You try to be in the devil's shoes every day, Gypsy Rose, not Jesus Christ. Please excuse me, Lord. Please bless this video. Please, give some sense to the Gypsy Rose. I don't know what's going on. We think she needs help from you, Lord. Please. But she keeps saying TRNS over and over and over. And I believe that's a slur. I say transgender man, transgender woman, transgender people. I just hate that, like, irritates me. It really gets under my skin, just like the N-word and stuff like that. So I hate when people do it, and it's just like, that little ding, that little cringe. I don't know how to explain it, but that's all I gotta say about that live stream. Shut the fuck up. It's getting old now. Now you're going too far. You've already gone over the boundary over and over and over again. But this line's different. This is the fucking Great Wall of no, you're not. It was after you got out of prison that your medical records came out. We started figuring out the truth that you did have chromosomal disorder that caused all of these symptoms, and that all of the procedures that you had were needed. And if they happened to run a test that they really didn't have to do because it was negative, they did it because they had to, because they didn't find out what your chromosomal disorder was for sure until 2011, when you were finally told that you had the 1q21.1 mica deletion. Okay? And you've got a lot of shit being deleted. And then you didn't tell your mother that you could actually walk until 2011 was a big year for you. I'll just say. Because you didn't tell your mother that you could even walk until 2011 when she caught you running away to go fuck a man. And it wasn't even that she was looking for you and that you tried to run this narrative that she'll fight me anywhere. No, bitch. His roommate called Dee Dee and asked her to come and fucking get you. Stop with your bullshit. You don't understand. There's people out here that really, really know the story. I've been talking about this shit for, I don't even know how long, over a year since I started talking about you a little bit after Nina, because Nina was a big inspiration to why I talk about you. She's like the Beyonce of the Gypsy. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Nina. Thank you for everything. You went from a victim surviving a nightmare to us all finding out the truth about you, and that you were a nightmare for your mother. And we all thought this story was different than it was. Oh my God, and we were all flabbergasted. I was gobsmacked, you understand? You're a liar, you're a manipulator, you're a vindictive asshole. What else? And you've been lying since I think the day you could open your eyes, because there's even video of you being a manipulator even as a young child. Falling to the floor because you didn't get your way. So you can see how it developed in you. And, you had the microcephaly going on, the pressure on your brain. I know, I understand. We try to give you credit for that stuff. But we want you to be honest about it and take accountability. You can't help that your head's like that. I'm sorry. I think that your mica deletion is deleting other stuff, like your memory and stuff. Oh my God, excuse me. She even claimed that she murdered her mother because her mother wasn't the mother that she wanted. What, you wanted crusty?
However, she wasn't the mother that I wanted. Anyone can see the desperation that I had. And that's why I made the choice to commit murder.
Gypsy claims the reason why she decided on murdering her own mother was because it was not the mother that she wanted. I could probably say about 98% of the teenagers, early 20s, mid-20s girls with their mothers do not get along for some rhyme or reason. But Gypsy just decides to offer. She says you can physically see the desperation on her. But if you look at her pictures when she was growing up, she looks like she had a great childhood, in my opinion. She's always smiling and doing something out and about, more than what most children could say in their childhood. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Gypsy looked totally desperate and needed help? Let me know what you think.
What the fuck? I'll be your new mama. That's so weird. I'm sorry. I'll never get over that. And it's like, just listen to this and like how desperate she sounds. It's just, she acts as if her mother is still here controlling everything. She's like mad saying that all of this stuff going on is because of her mother.
Like, I feel like even though she's not even here anymore, like her control lasts even after. Like, holy crap, she has pulled the wool over all of the internet right now.
It's crazy.
Like, she was that good of a manipulator that even in death, she's still doing the most. Like, it's crazy.
That is so, if y'all don't realize how deep that is, like, something's wrong with y'all, really, truly, like, because that's how I'm, like, because as much as people try to, like, this title, and it's like,
it's your karma, so maybe that's what you're saying, but your mother is not being an evil person after death. You are such a oh my god. And then Bree's like, you have to be like dumb if you don't understand how deep what Gypsy Rose just said is. What do you like, her little backup dancer? What the fuck? You're like her little hype man. Oh, and hello, Gypsy. We have something in common. I guess you used to buy Suboxone in prison. Wow, I'm prescribed it. What are you doing? And then talking on the internet in front of a bunch of people, thousands of people, talking about how you were getting high on Suboxone. That is not what that medication is for. Who already shame people like me for being on Suboxone.
We're just kind of like, we're supporting Schmurder right now. Like, then it just kind of dwelled on them.
because society is jealous of other people's success.
Exactly. So it was never, I don't think it's even about whether they believe what they put out. I think it's all based off of, hey, I have worked my ass off at a job I hate, and I have 3 kids to feed, and I'm barely making it. But this little bitch gets out and has everything handed to her for schmurder. It is jealousy. Because you weren't saying that when I was serving time, eating prison cafeteria food, wearing khakis. It was all, oh, free Gypsy, free Gypsy. Well, Gypsy's free now. Gypsy has a lot of money now. I'm not rich.
Do you realize what that cost you, having that money? It cost you one to not even being here. It cost you at one point to, it cost you to want to not even be here at one point. So what if that, like sometimes, y'all, having money
comes with the price.
It comes with the price. And I bet you would trade it.
Oh, I would. You know, there's people were just kind of like, we're supporting schmurder right now. Like, then it just kind of dwelled on them.
You are such an evil bitch. Suboxone is a medication that has saved people's lives. Has saved my life. So how dare you come on here with that misinformation? That is not what it's for. You misused the medication. You illegally purchased the medication. It wasn't even a prescription for you. So don't go out there telling a narrative to people, influencing their minds even more about what Suboxone is or isn't. It's disgusting behavior. For one, Bree, shut the fuck up, okay? You didn't know Dee Dee. You weren't friends with her. You didn't know Gypsy at that time. Shut the fuck up. That's all I gotta say to her. And Dee Dee being wrapped up in the lies. Are you kidding me? You didn't fucking know shit, dumbass bitch.
Her mother had Munchausen's by proxy. So in this disorder, typically you see it with a parent and child where they are saying that their child has illnesses, making their child think that they have all these illnesses for some type of attention gratification for themselves, and this causes extreme psychological damage in their victims. So Gypsy's mother convinced Gypsy and the rest of the world and plenty of doctors that Gypsy had leukemia, muscular dystrophy, seizure disorders. She had her on a feeding tube for 15 years, which was extremely painful. So start to wrap your mind around this, because the thing about Munchausen's by proxy is it's way lesser known. And I think maybe because of this is why so many interviewers are asking asking.
Are you sure you're talking about Dee Dee though, and not Gypsy Rose? Because I think you're mixing up the two. Your mom, you talk about how she would get little incentives and say things. So what? So fucking what? If she wanted a little attention, a little incentive for something, a little bit extra, who fucking cares? It was the other shit that you guys were doing, the malingering. You acting like a disabled child, and you play it so well, kitty.
Oh yeah, it's weird that Gypsy Rose had her 10-year-old sister look up a 34-year-old man to let her know if she thought he was hot. But it's not out of the scope of things that she's done before. She sent her own dad risque photos of herself and blamed it on her damn neighbor. She dates these guys and then makes crazy claims about them and kids, like Nick, for example. Hell, she told the world that if her and Nick had a daughter, that Nick said he would have to sleep with her. Then the emails came out and we saw it was actually Gypsy who said if they have kids, they're going to have to teach them how to keep secrets. And if they have a daughter when she turns 13, Gypsy was going to make her sleep with Nick. Gypsy said that shit. Then the shit she said with Ryan in the prison emails. She told some random person in these emails that Ryan, when he was younger, like in his teens, was over at some girl's house and she gave him oral, but her 5-year-old brother was right there. Now the really crazy thing is Gypsy makes all these weird claims about these men and she stays with them. Hell, she murdered her mom and one of these guys and then married the other. Me personally, I don't believe any of those claims. I feel like that was a way for Gypsy to kind of triangulate people. She knew the things she said about these men and kids was like the worst of the worst, and she knew how people was going to view them. And I feel like she said it to turn the public against them and make it like, oh, Gypsy. See what I'm saying? Whole time it's fucking Gypsy. Let's not forget she had an alter ego named Kitty. It was a literal child. It was just a child. She was dressed up like a little kid. I know she loves to claim that Nick is the one who got her all into the alter egos, but you know she had alter egos with Dan way before Nick. Gypsy had all kind of alter egos. Bella, Damona, Ruby, Kitty. I can't even remember them all. We have only seen one of Nick, Victor. And then right before they got arrested, there was a Shanice or something he said was about to come out. But we've only seen Victor, and she's had like 5 other alter egos. So yes, while I find it extremely weird that Gypsy Rose would reach out to her 10-year-old sister and ask her to look up a 34-year-old man, it's not weird for her. And this is not all alleged. Like, Gypsy Rose did that shit. Some of it is my opinion for entertainment purposes only. Bye.
Yeah, you play a disabled, sick little girl so fucking well. Yet you want to come on here and say, you had no idea what was going on. Royal mashed potatoes. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then you on here, you shame Dee Dee, your own mother, for having poor mental health. Oh, excuse me. Are you the only one that's allowed to have fucking... You're giving me an aneurysm. Yeah, Gypsy Rose, I swear to God.
Exactly, and she wants us to forget that, and that's my whole point with the Munchausen. And she kept asking me, well, you read it, but it's like, okay, you want to claim Munchausen's, but explain yourself. Explain why you faked these things. How is that Munchausen? How was your mom making you disabled? How at 23 years old was your mom making you act like a disabled child? That's not Munchausen. You did that willingly, Gypsy. You pretended to be that. All of it. And if I have to say, royal mashed potatoes one more time, I don't think I'll ever eat a mashed potato again. Like, it's just mind-boggling to me how she just scoots over facts. And when she'll say that we're not speaking facts, honey, the videos are out there. The court documents, your own interviews. Your own words, and not one interview ever matches. To this day, her own arguments don't match. The arguments she has her friends giving for her don't match. But we're the ones that don't know the truth.
But Vicky explains it very well in this video, because this could actually be for Rachel too in Girl World. So maybe I should show it to her. The deflection. We didn't know the truth. Her lawyer came up with the ideas. He was scrambling between different ones. He was going to do battered spouse syndrome or whatever. Couldn't do that. So then he came up with, we could talk about Munchausen by proxy because of all of your medical issues and things like that. Because you took the plea deal, none of that information had to come to light.
Exactly. And she wants us to forget that. And that's my whole point with the Munchausen. And she kept asking me, well, you read it. But it's like, okay, you want to claim Munchausen's, but explain yourself. Explain why you faked these things. How is that Munchausen? How was your mom making you disabled? How at 23 years old was your mom making you act like a disabled child? That's not Munchausen. You did that willingly, Gypsy. You pretended to be that. All of it. And if I have to say royal mashed potatoes one more time, I don't think I'll ever eat a mashed potato again. Like, it's just mind-boggling to me how she just scoots over facts. And when she'll say that we're not speaking facts, honey, the videos are out there. The court documents, your own interviews, your own words, and not one interview ever matches. To this day, her own arguments don't match. The arguments she has her friends giving for her don't match. But we're the ones that don't know the truth.
So nobody could like have an opinion about it or would even know until you got out because you gave your information to Fancy. Thank you, Fancy. Thank you, Good Wives Network, for that one. He might have actually even gotten the idea, though, from internet sleuths. People on the internet and on Reddit talking amongst themselves. And then he put it together to come up with that as the defense. Good thing to do for a lawyer. I mean, see what other people are saying or whatever. And he got her that plea deal with that. But that's all it was. You can't diagnose someone at the death. Never in life did Dee Dee Blanchard get diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy. Okay? So Gypsy goes on too about, oh, everybody wanted me out of prison, but then when I get out, they start all this. Yeah, because that's when the medical records were released. That's when we all started to see the truth. And then people started to wanting to spread the truth to make sure that mainstream media starts getting a hold of it. And then all of a sudden, a couple big, large creators got a hold of your bullshit. There's Dustin Daly, and then there's Bailey Serene, and Bailey Serene is going to knock it out the fucking park, I hope. And that's going to reach a lot of people, and Gypsy Rose has been going nuts since. I believe that wholeheartedly. And the entire family, oh, and then her conclusion to that was, they got to be jealous.
I could go on, but I won't. What exactly are we jealous of? Inquiring minds want to know. I think it's crazy how
Jealous of what, bitch? Jealous of what? No, I'm not jealous. Thank you very much. The entire family, though, is so screwed up and, like, pretty much evil, I believe. And I'm glad, I'm glad in a way that I don't have to deal with family like that. I don't have much family. My mom, I have, and that's about it. And my dad, and my niece, But I just don't have a large extended family. And I hate it in some instances because I wish I had an aunt or uncle to call when I need them. Or even not when I need them, just to say hello. I wish I had maybe not a sister. I dealt with a sister for a long time. God rest her soul, she's passed away. And Rod even said, oh, if she only would have let you go out and be with boys. That's so gross. You wanted your daughter to go get... She was just... I think that Dee Dee was lonely and wanted to project or protect her daughter from harm. She knew what kind of harm was out there. Rod broke her heart, left her stranded with a baby to take care of that was sick. She was going through a lot. She went through a lot, being sick as a child, supposedly sick. We don't know. And she wanted her daughter to be okay. She wanted her to be safe. She didn't want her to have a broken heart. So the best thing was, she was like, I'm just not going to let her. But little did she know that microdeletion caused her to be like hypersexual. Which I've explained in past videos how that comes up. Okay? She's just a little bitty fucking hornball gremlin. So anyways, she wanted her promiscuous daughter to be more Christian, sit her ass down, and not go out hoeing around. You're so disgusting, Gypsy Rose. Really. So disgusting. Now, for a reminder, Fancy is the one that turned Gypsy World around a whole circle. Okay? She's the one that came out with the medical records proving that all of her procedures were needed and that Gypsy Rose was mentioned in these medical records to be possibly malingering. Okay. Dee Dee was never diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy. We found out everything. Okay. All because of Fancy. We have to keep that in mind. We've got to keep spreading this word though. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gypsy Rose is out here lying her ass off all the time. And I talk about Amber Lynn Reed as well and all of that bullshit over there. And that's the same thing. Liars being assholes and completely, it's Darvo. It's basically Darvo. It's them deflecting, it's them blaming, and then you feel like you're guilty. You know what I'm saying? It's so fucked up. I can't stand it when someone can't be accountable for the shit that they do. If what you do out elsewhere is embarrassing, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. You know? So, Gypsy Rose, you compare yourself to Jesus Christ, right? So it's like your fucking book of lies that you're now rewriting, like our Bible. Is that what you're saying? Or the Bible to your fucking Trinity now, your whatever. Shut up. Comparing yourself to fucking Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you? Sorry, Lord, I cussed right before your name. Gypsy Rose throws people under the bus, but we need to throw her under the prison. And no matter who they are, either. She doesn't care who she throws under the bus. She would throw fucking Aurora under a bus. I swear to God. If it helped her narrative, if it would help her, she would. I believe it wholeheartedly. I really do. And then Dee Dee's begging Rod to talk to Gypsy Rose because of the fact that she needed a father figure. He ignored it. He didn't want to be a father as he was supposed to, I guess. Whatever. As far as her having the hypersexuality, I've talked about that. It comes from the schizophrenia that is caused from the 1Q21 biker deletion. And then she always played out these characters before she was even with Nick as well. She did these things with Dan. Dan even said that she taught him all about that community with BDSM and cosplaying different people in bed and stuff like that. So, I mean, you can't get out of that one, Gypsy Rose, and be like, oh, because she does lie under oath and say that she came up with her characters to match his, but he only had one. His name was Victor, and he was a 500-year-old vampire. So, why did you have Kitty, Demona, Ruby, what other ones are there? I forget. Why did you have all those? I feel like Gypsy Rose very much does live in a fantasy world, and she thinks of this all like a little fucking fairy tale or something like that. That's how she thought of it when she unalived her mother. Because she thought that this was going to be like a story that could be told once upon a time. What are you talking about? Quasimodo fell down. Oh my God, you guys, last night I was trying to record the same video. I remember now. And I started to fall asleep, but I was dreaming that I was doing the video and I was actually talking. It's in my fiance's phone. Oh my God, I gotta watch it when he gets home. It's so hilarious, I bet. You know, and this bitch gets away with everything. If I fucking fart wrong, I'll go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, I love you and I thank you for coming to my channel. Yeah. Bitch. Thank you for being. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, you know what? Why don't you reach your hand through the phone and put your hand like right around my neck and just tell me to shut the fuck up? Okay.